Hi there, everyone. Meteorologist Robert Spenda here with you on today, the 10th of October, going into the 11th of October, 2013. And we are continuing to have our coverage here on Typhoon Santi or Nari rolling off here towards the west. A very violent storm system, and it is really continuing to bear down on the eastern coast of the Philippines here. Already Signal Force 1 put in place for many of the provinces right near the coastal areas. I'm not going to go through and list them because likely by the time you're watching this video update, that is going to extend farther there towards the west. So what I am going to talk about is the impacts of the storm system, what the forecast looks like here across much of central Luzon, including the Metro Manila area, which the threat for this storm bringing stronger winds than what we forecasted yesterday seems to be higher. Main reason what we saw today was a jog towards the southwest. You can see that eye forming up right there, but look at that jog right there towards the southwest. We had a relocation of that center of circulation really right here. Eye developing, became a typhoon, and then bounced down here a little bit farther towards the south. What that means is that instead of the storm system likely passing directly over Casiguran, it likely is going to be halfway in between Polio Island and the southern tip of Casiguran Bay. So that's going to bring it much, much closer there to the Manila metro area. And I know, and I'll be the first to admit it, more often than not, I am quite critical of Pagasa and their forecasting. Usually I'm always curious what they are thinking, but in this case, yeah, I agree with it. They actually shifted much farther south than what JTWC and JMA are expecting. They still have the track basically along the southern tip of Casiguran. Instead, this is going to be tracking basically right over Angeles City, north of Quezon, and then basically just clipping the northern portions of Subic Bay, which is going to be bringing some, well, typhoon strength winds likely to a lot of these major metropolitan areas. But I think the major risk out of this is going to be flooding and landslides. And already today, with the outer rain bands of the storm system, have been seeing some pretty serious problems out here. And I'm not sure if it's going to go down as directly associated with the storm or not, but 4 deaths have been reported at this time here on today, Thursday. October 10th, due to a jeepney getting caught up in some floodwaters. So that combined with also in the Manila metro area, you can see some of these storms flaring out that caused just a slew of traffic problems. Now, about 50-50 with this associated with just with daytime heating. But if we just go back to that satellite imagery, you can clearly see these storms are rotating. And here you can see them, they're moving from north to south. So basically rotating and kind of being enhanced by this storm. Not like a southwest monsoon enhancement, more or less just outer rain bands already impacting coastal areas. So gale warnings already in place. Also high waves up about 7 meters high right near coastal areas. And plus we're going to start to see these winds come in strong from the west once our storm system gets over land. So Manila Bay could see the risk of a storm surge, especially right there along the waterfront. Also Cavite City, you have that water coming in right on that exposed peninsula. So there is that risk there, and also of these tropical storm and winds gusting up to typhoon strength as that storm system pushes just there towards the north. But this is the GFS model outlook, also really kind of grabbing on that southerly track, moving the storm system just north of Angeles City, just south of San Jose City, and then moving just north of Subic Bay as it moves offshore. So really though, the strongest winds I do still think are going to be here just prior to landfall. As far as the winds go, flooding farther down here towards the south is going to be a major problem. But as far as the winds go and these damaging winds, some of these islands out here over the water, definitely if anybody tries to venture out here on Friday and go fishing, and we always hear about it, that is just going to end in people missing. And more often than not, it's not trying to say it's going to happen, but yeah, there's always people missing because they went out fishing ahead of these storms. Casiguran is still going to be seeing some pretty intense winds out of this, and then even some of these smaller towns farther down there towards the south along the coast. Now the good news, the heavy population is not here along the eastern seaboard of Luzon. Main reason is because of typhoons. So that is the good news with that. The heavier population is going to be down here towards. As that storm system does track north of Manila, though, like I've been saying, the flood risk down here north of Manila. We're talking about Angeles City, northern Quezon. That's where I think the heaviest of the showers are going to be. But even extending farther down there, still south, still the risk of flooding and landslides. So a lot going on with the system. as it impacts the Philippines. That is all for this update right now, everybody. I do notice that some of the media is covering out here. Good news, but I do think it should be top story at this time because it's not only a dangerous storm, but very well is going to be a life-threatening storm, and we've already seen that out here. Also, we have a life-threatening storm, a cyclone Phelan. Follow the website off here towards the west, outside of the screen. That storm system is heading towards India, and not to mention, I do expect in the very near future we're gonna have our 26 named storm of 2013, tropical storm Bifa, forming up here. And where's it going to go? Well, anywhere along the Japan coastline, from Okinawa. And I'm not saying it's going there, but from Okinawa extending all the way out there towards Tokyo. More likely Tokyo at this time, or at least just off the coastline. Might just only hit the outer islands here, but this storm system is definitely gunning for Japan, to say the least. Some of the islands, or it might actually hit mainland Japan. But that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. Numerous updates today at the website. Please do go check that out. If not, just check out your 7-day forecast here at the top of the screen. But also, heavy rain. It caused some severe flash flooding in Kuala Lumpur. Weathercaster Francis was on top of that. We're continuing to track Typhoon Nari, but also WIFA developing. And not to mention, we also put a few updates out on Cyclone Phelan, tracking off there towards India. So a lot going on right now. Thanks for watching here, and stay safe out there, everybody.